Story. In the heart of an old, desolate village stood a ruined fortress known as the Shadow Prison. For centuries, villagers whispered tales of the tyrant king who had imprisoned his enemies there, subjecting them to unimaginable torment. Their screams, it was said, still echoed through the stone walls. No one dared to approach the fortress after sunset. Scene 1. A stormy night loomed over the village. Ryaz, a fearless young man, accepted a dare to spend the night in the shadow prison. The villagers called him reckless. "Do you know what happened to those who went there? They never returned," warned an elderly woman. "I don't believe in ghost stories," Riaz replied confidently. "I'll prove there's nothing to fear." Determined, he made his way to the fortress as thunder roared above. Scene 2. The fortress gate was enormous, its rusty hinges groaning as Riaz pushed it open. A foul stench hit him immediately, and a thick mist swirled inside the courtyard. "It's just an old ruin," Riaz muttered, trying to reassure himself. But then a faint whisper broke the silence. "Leave while you still can." His heart raced, but he pressed on. He wouldn't let fear win. Scene 3. Inside, a long corridor stretched before him, lined with broken iron cages. As he moved forward, the sound of a cage door slamming shut made him jump. "Who's there?" he called, his voice trembling. A shadow emerged from the wall, its form humanoid but grotesque. Its eyes were hollow pits, and blood dripped from its clawed hands. "Why have you come here?" it asked in a voice that was both a whisper and a growl. Ryaz stepped back, but the ground beneath him began to shake. It felt as if he was about to fall into an abyss. Scene 4. Panicked, he turned and ran. The shadows multiplied, rising from the walls and floors, each figure drenched in blood and crying out in agony. "We're trapped here forever," they screamed, "and now, so are you." Riaz reached for the gate, but it was locked tight. Desperate, he spotted a broken window and leapt through it, landing hard on the ground outside. When he opened his eyes, he was back in his bed, gasping for air, but his hands and feet bore deep scratches, as if the shadows had marked him. Riaz told the villagers his story, but many refused to believe him. However, the faint smell of blood followed him wherever he went, and his eyes seemed haunted.